Hello everyone. How's it going? Welcome to an experimental stream. We're going to be checking out the game that never was, pretty much. This is the prototype build of Resident Evil 2, known as Resident Evil 1.5. Or that's what, people online are calling it. This is essentially just an unreleased prototype of Resident Evil 2. You can find this build online. There's several different versions of it. There's a 40% build. There's this build, which is known as Magic Zombie Door, for some reason. But yeah, this is the most complete build that I could find, and it's translated into English. Because all the other versions I found were in Japanese. So I went with this build. But as you can see, the title screen definitely looks a lot different than Resident Evil 2's. But even this early in development, they still had the eye background kind of thing going for it.
Resident Evil 2.
And Leon is still there. But then we have Elza Walker. She predated Claire, obviously. And she was cut so that Claire could make her appearance, tying Resident Evil 2 more to Resident Evil 1 by, Claire being Chris's brother. But, yeah, as you can see, she does have her different look. And, another thing that is the two characters didn't interact in their storylines. They were completely separate stories, both taking place in the same place, but separately. During my tests, I played through both scenarios, and neither of them actually ever run into the other one, which I thought was very strange, especially after playing Resident Evil 2, where Leon and Claire's campaigns cross over. Yeah, can grab. They don't ever cross over with each other. The other thing that was very surprising, well, I guess they hadn't really tweaked like a hitbox yet on zombies, because they could just grab you repeatedly. Also, as you can see, this build has a different menu than the final Resident Evil 2, and they just start you with a whole bunch of stuff, just because this is a dev build, it's a prototype build. And here's the police station's first floor map. One thing I will say is this map is kind of messy compared to the police station from Resident Evil 2. And in this build, those doors don't all connect to where you think they connect, because this has been stitched together from different builds of the game. Like, modders have taken what they could out of the assets they were leaked and put the game back together the best they could. So, yeah, it's not perfect, but it's what we have that's playable. So Elza starts in the police station's main lobby. She apparently, in the opening that's not in here, she crashed her motorcycle and then immediately shuts the shutters. That's why she's right here when the game starts. It's funny you should mention included in the remake, because in the deluxe edition of the Resident Evil 2 remake, Claire gets an Elza Walker costume. Like, she actually gets this outfit as a bonus outfit for the deluxe edition. I love the Magnum. Yep, and the original soundtrack. Which I do appreciate that even in this build, like, item descriptions for just, like, environment was in the game. And I actually really like some of the rooms. They look cool. Also, I appreciate that even though I've blown those zombies' heads off, they're still walking. They can still attack me. They can't bite me anymore, but they can grab me. And it has happened. They will eventually fall over. Yeah. Oh, this is another thing with this build. You can see the box of handgun ammo there on the counter. Yeah. There. You can pretty much vault on anything without intending to vault on it. I was trying to pick that up and ended up vaulting. But because of that, I can just leave the map now. That's part of the reason why they give you so much ammo. Also, I'm bricked right now. Thankfully, since this is a dev build, essentially, I can do this to jump to anywhere I choose to, which puts me back at the start of the room. But yeah, you can't just pick up anything you want. And because of that, there are no keys in this build of the game. All the doors are just open, or require you to throw a switch nearby. Like that shutter right there, it's just open. Also the elevator, it doesn't work. Another thing, this room layout will look familiar to people who played Code Veronica, because it's a very similar layout to one of the rooms in that game. This area was scrapped from Resident Evil 2 and was also not used in 3, but they used a similar layout for Code Veronica. For reasons. Oh yeah, here's another spot. 2 boxes of ammo sitting on the counter. And if I try, she'll vault up and again is now out of the map. Oh yeah. I would love it if modders would finish this. They could. I would be totally fine with them using assets from Resident Evil 2 to finish this game off, because to be honest, they've done that in some areas. Ah, this is another one of the parts where the sequencing is messed up. Because see here, we encountered John Kendo and his friend Roy. I have not met them yet, but they already, yeah, the scene is already playing out. I'm about to meet Roy. He's in the next room. John is actually locked up in a cell in the basement, and I haven't freed him yet. But he's standing here. They had not put in place, I guess, the sequencing of events yet. Because, yeah, this should not have happened yet. Because, remember, Roy just got shot there because he had turned into a zombie. If I enter this room, there he is on the floor. Still a human. And the best part is, when this scene is over, Elza automatically leaves the room. If I turn around and re-enter the room, this exact scene plays out again. Because they haven't programmed in the sequencing yet. Roy here is pretty much doing the job of Marvin from Resident Evil 2, kind of explaining a little bit of the backstory to Elza. You know, that kind of thing. Hey, Numborius. Welcome. Oh, another thing, so I can correct, in Elza's playthrough you cannot explore this room. Leon's you can, because in Leon's game, John and Roy do not exist. That's another thing. Each scenario has its own set of support characters that you run into. For Elsa, she runs into John Kendo and Sherry Birkin. But for Leon, he runs into Marvin Branagh, the police officer from the beginning of the game in Resident Evil 2, and Ada Wong. But Ada Wong is a completely different character in this version of the game. She's an Umbrella researcher. She kind of fills the role of Annette Birkin, except, not married to William. Also, you can see, I don't. Yeah, this room is in RE2, but it looks a little different. Because this is the interrogation room. Yeah, less detail. That was the viewing room from the side of the interrogation room. Whereas the room Roy was in was the interrogation room, where the liquor would jump through the window, but all the cameras were panned differently in there so you couldn't see it. But thanks for the follow. If I open the map, I think I can show my mouse is on screen. Yeah. Yeah, this is the interrogation room where Roy was at, and this is the viewing room. And you can see that these are laid out correctly on the map. So far, everything has been, but we will get to some spots that are just completely messed up. Oh yeah, Outbreak. I never got to play Resident Evil Outbreak, and I really wish I could have, because it looked like a lot of fun. And he wasn't there before, so he just showed up out of nowhere. Yeah, I didn't get to play Outbreak. But I do have a friend who did. Oh, here you go. This is the stairwell theme, which is very similar to a theme from Resident Evil 2, but didn't get used. Another thing you'll notice is, look at the quality of the backgrounds here. Get it free in the emulator? I'll have to think about that. But you can see that the quality of the background here, it looks really kind of lower than some of the others. That's pretty much from the modders having to stitch this game together from what assets they could find. Also, look at the size of the stairs compared to Elsa. It just looks really off. They look huge. And you can see there's no loading screen for stairs. It's just the same door. Making the backgrounds HD. Yeah, because the backgrounds are kind of bad right now. But I have to give modders credit for working with what they had. Let's see, what do we got over here? We got one zombie on the floor. Like, yeah, this background here is real muddy. I mean, I can't really complain too much because the modders did what they could. But yeah. Wesker Jill. Being able to see that zombie through the wall is a little weird. Oh yeah, one of the few places where there is a lock. And, oh yeah, a voice lock. That's nothing new to Resident Evil. They had that in Resident Evil 3. But here, it doesn't seem to matter what you do the first time. It always says invalid, and then the second time you try it, we'll give it to you. I don't know why, but it always will reject your first time using it, but the second time will always give it to you, regardless of anything, it sounds like. So, another one of those, they just hadn't programmed it yet. The evidence room looks a lot different than the evidence room did in Resident Evil 2. Oh god, this background is really low res. In this build of the game, there's not really anything in here. Also, I'm standing on a desk or something now because of don't have the collision on it. But yeah, the evidence room is here. The evidence room in the actual Resident Evil 2 is really small. It's just like a couple of filing cabinets and the shelves. That's really all it is. Any tips for using Twitch? Not really. I just do it. 'Cause I'm not an amazing streamer. I know that. I don't have the best setup. I just do the best I can. Also, remember that zombie we killed? Yeah, it didn't save that we killed him, and it's playing the scene of him getting up again. You kill him again. This zombie is alive because she will auto aim to it, but I can't do any damage to it until I run to the other side of the room. And then it just gets up. It's an invincible zombie, I swear. And one of the few spots in the game where you can find an item that you can pick up. But let me show you in the menu. It's right here. And you can see I have a first aid spray. Why is it messed up? Why is it messed up in the menu? I don't know. But yeah. But yep, that item is just not working. Wow, 34K? Nice. I have like 8 subs here on Twitch. I do have a number of followers, but like subs, yeah. Thank you. This looks very similar to the radio from the STARS office in actual Resident Evil 2. Oh, I didn't know that was there, but I found a box of handgun ammo. I totally needed that box of handgun ammo. Yep, more radios and stuff. There's another room that's just nothing going on in it. Yep, Numborius is a sub. Has the sub icon and everything. Mostly lurking. Yeah, I do that in a lot of the channels I moderate for. I actually mostly lurk. Probably not the best mod ever, but I get my fair share of bans in. Let's see. Take the door loading screen to the next floor up. And you can see how messy some of this is to actually get around in with all the collisions messed up. Same here, King Grab. I'd love to eventually get partnered, but I am so far off from it. Oh. Now, for people who've played... not necessarily. The big hurdle for people trying to become partner on Twitch is the viewer count. You need to have an average viewer count of 75, I believe. Like when you stream, and I never had that. I average maybe like 10. Well, thank you. But for people who have played Resident Evil 2, you might remember Chief Police Chief Irons. Well, here he is. In Elza's campaign, there's no interacting with him. Leon's campaign, Leon can at least talk with him, but yeah, Elza just like looks at him and can't do anything. This model in Iron's office here can be interacted with, but I have no idea what would have been there. Just it opens up and there's two spots for stuff, but no idea. And I think this thing in the corner that I can't interact with without vaulting on top of it, I think that is the equivalent of the storage box. Because I see it in a couple of safe rooms, but yeah. Alright, let's see. This goes outside. Alright. Oh, here we go. John Kendo again. For people who've played Resident Evil 2, you'll recognize that model as the gun shop owner, Kendo. In Resident Evil 2, he's not given a first name. In this game, he is. It's John. Also, his model is a little different in this one, where it's not blood. It doesn't have blood on it. The first appearance in this game of the mutated gorillas. This is an enemy that never appeared in anything else. It's only in this game. God, that sound effect is annoying. And I'm assuming this would have been where she would have gotten the map. Also, that conference table is not scaled very well. Look how big those cups of tea are compared to her. It's a big table, no kidding. A pleasing view of a city that's having a zombie apocalypse right now. Well, I killed them, and now I have no other interactions with John. Don't know why they didn't finish this. Well, if I had to compare 1.5 to the finished version of 2, I would take the finished version of 2. It's, in my opinion, a much better game. Okay, if I go up the stairs right now, I know that I actually finished this section with her, and I don't want to finish this section with her yet. And she'll be leaving the police station, because there's another... Oh, there, finally got grabbed. Trying to get out of this... I want to get to the other side of the police station and go to the basement. But I have to remember how to get there. Someone really likes their tea if their cups are that big. Not saying anything negative. Just like, those are some big ass cups of tea. Oh yeah, it would be. This would be a much easier feat for them to make nowadays. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm really happy we're getting the Resident Evil 2 remake that we're getting. But they could easily make, like, a lower quality... Like, I mean, not lower quality, but, like, a graphically inferior game. Like, so much easier. Like, back on the they made 3 games on the PlayStation. That would be unheard of today. For them to make that many games on the same system. Now for the other wing of the police station. One thing I would really appreciate in the remake is an option for fixed cameras. Here we go, another pistol. Well, she didn't lock onto that guy. That guy just popped into existence. That was nice. Also, come get a Pepsi. Apparently, maybe they had a deal with Capcom for a Pepsi machine, but I don't know. But yeah, there's just a Pepsi machine in here. Or maybe a modder put that in. Ah, in Leon's scenario, this room is very different. In Leon's scenario, there's a fire here, and a woman is yelling for help inside the van, but I never figured out how to put the fire out. Hey, it's a Lumi. How's it going, Lumi? Pepsi Man. Well, she's dead then. And the other stairwell. This is the one going to the basement. Now, this here is a very nice little nod that one of the modders put in. It's a Claire Redfield missing poster, which I appreciate. I think it's this floor is where we would have gone to run into John originally, but since there's no sequencing in the game, yeah. I think he's just at the end of the hall here. I'm trying to remember where the prison cells are at. Nope, this is where we. Okay, yeah, this is where we meet Sherry. An Elza Walker storyline, yeah, that would be good. Now, in Leon's campaign, you fight. This is where Leon fights the mutated gorillas. But for Elza, there's nothing here. But it's still playing the music as if there was a fight. But yeah, there's nothing in this room. But when I go back in the door here, I should encounter Sherry in this room. Yeah, they jump out of the van. At least I thought. I don't remember how I triggered Sherry. Oh yeah, the item on the floor? Yeah, it's a straight up trap. I've managed to grab it before, but... I can't seem to trigger Sherry. Interesting. Maybe I have to... Maybe this is one of the few times where sequencing is in the game. Maybe I have to encounter John first. Like, John in the prison cell first. William Birkin does appear in this version of the game. He's in a different spot, though. The shooting gallery. The ranger. Not much in here. You can move the signs closer, but it doesn't really do anything. Let me see if I take a shot. I don't think anything happens. If I pull it. Yeah, it's just you can move the signs back and forth. And you can go out on the range, but there's nothing here. Oh, and yeah, I accidentally vaulted. Because of course I did. That was something that was missing in the police station in actual RE2, was there's no firing range. Now for the armory, which is in Resident Evil 2. It's a little different here, but it's similar layout. And there's lots of ammo here that if I try to pick it up, or if I try to pick up that machine gun, I will get vaulted up onto platforms. But yeah, the armory is still here. Alright, Alright, I'll continue to try and find the jail cell where John Kendo is being held. Even though I've already encountered him twice now. Oh, we found the kennel. Which has some clever names on it if you recognize. There's Jojo on the left. Pierce on the right. Which Pierce is a nod to Resident Evil 6, so obviously one of the modders really enjoyed that. There's Claire's kennel. And I can't recognize any of the others. But, yeah. Rocky, I think that one says? I can't recognize it. And then this door's just blocked. Okay, so jail cells were not on this floor. Must be on the last floor that I can get to. I think this is the lowest floor. Yeah. It's just a typewriter here, which she does say she could save her progress if she had an ink ribbon. There are no ink ribbons in this version of the game. I don't even know if saving works. Is this the... I think I'm on the right floor for the jail, but I'm not sure, because I don't think the map works for this area. Oh, we found the morgue. So that's something. Not much in here. So it wasn't that room. Eventually we will find this damn jail. This is another one of my feelings that this police station is not very well laid out. Oh, we found the generator room, which appears in a different form in Resident Evil 2, but yeah, not exactly the same. Although this switch puzzle here is in Resident Evil 2, but Elza can't interact with this panel, Leon can. Ah, another case of I've already blown the head off, yet the zombie got up. Yep, and can still grab me. So that's a nice little thing that's unique to this game. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but the fact that even blowing the head off, the zombies are still a threat is interesting. We found the jail. About damn time. Leon coming through the jail here has a very different experience because there's no prisoner here. Instead, when he walks down the hallway, zombie arms come out of all the doors. But they're in unison, so it's actually hilarious to look at. But yeah, they're acting as if they just met for the first time when we've already encountered John twice. So, like I said, the sequencing is all messed up. And I have a key that Roy gave me that was never in my inventory. And that butt shot. Gotta appreciate that. Also, I like that John was locked up in a cell and he had a gun. Like, how does that work? There's a lot of weird things in this game. That awkward wait for him to actually leave. Also, these cells... Oh, I was about to say, these cells don't have a toilet, but there it is. I didn't see it. Alright, now maybe I can go back up to one floor and to the room where I would normally meet Sherry. Maybe she'll pop up? Is that... I think it was this door? I don't remember. I don't know my way around this police station very well. Yep, okay. Hello, Doge. It's a little weird that some rooms the enemies all respawn and some rooms they don't. Well, let me try leaving through this door and coming back in again. Maybe she'll appear. Because I've definitely encountered Sherry here with Elsa. Well, just clip through the walls. That works too. Well, alright. So that's just not working for some reason. So I will just see if I can progress to the next place in the game. Because when I was doing testing last night, I did encounter her there. She was on the other side of the gated area, just waiting. Kind of like, just, hey, I'm here. I'm trapped in this room. What you gonna do about it? I was like, oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave. Because I couldn't do anything else about it. Leon also encounters Sherry in that spot. One of the few times where both characters are encountered in both game scenarios is Sherry. She appears in both. Now, another thing is you can't actually beat this. There's no final boss. There's one boss fight in this, and that is William Birkin, the first encounter, the one where he has the metal pipe. I was like, okay, where am I trying to get to? That's right, I got to get to the helipad, where Leon starts his game. Is where I'm trying to get now. Because that's the next place I know of that you encounter John at. Blew the head off a zombie I couldn't see. Small miracles. The hell was that noise? That was a new chime. I also appreciate how stiff the stair climbing animation is. They smoothed that out a little bit, but it's still stiff in the final version of Resident Evil 2 as well. Can't do anything about that. She just gets attacked by crows as part of that cutscene. It's such a weird scene. Just like John stands there, lets you get mauled by crows, and then shoots them. And going down a ladder triggers the door loading screen, because of course it does. Oh yeah, and she falls through some barrels here for some reason. So. Yeah, and then, yeah, she references seeing Sherry in the police station, even though we didn't encounter her. It's really strange. And now I believe what you were supposed to do, since this staircase here leads to the room Sherry was in, or ladder, is you're supposed to come up through here and get Sherry, who was trapped in this room. Because, yeah, now this door is just mysteriously open. Which, there's no scene there for it, but yeah, I believe that's what was supposed to happen. Sewers look a lot different in this one. Also, yeah, you can just walk across the gaps. Oh, does this door work? Okay, yeah, this door works. I don't know what this one leads to. Oh god, the spiders. I didn't actually encounter these last time. I should probably use that invisible first aid spray I picked up. I haven't been in this room before, so this is new. Oh, well that door doesn't work, so... There we go, we found the spiders. Maybe that door will work in Leon's game. I do know that this door never works. In either character's campaign, that door just doesn't work. And now we go up this ladder. This should take us to the factory district. And suddenly, there's a Sherry. Yep. For some reason, there is now a Sherry. I like that I say, just stick close to, and then I just run off and leave the two of them. Now the factory district has a whole bunch of stuff going on, but once again, because of the fact that in this version there's no keys, you can just sequence break the whole damn thing. So I'm not exactly sure where... I know if I go this way, this leads to the William Birkin boss fight. And it says you need an ID card, but you can still just pass through the door. So I have no clue. And I can't vault into that, but I can vault in other places for no reason. So let's look around before I go where the William Birkin fight's at. Love that that door doesn't load properly. Some kind of security room, I guess. Still police cars everywhere, even though this is the factory district. Because, I mean, we're right next to the police station, so... I haven't seen this room before. Oh, one of the few spots that actually says that you need a key. I need to hurry and save the other... What? What is that? I don't know what she's talking about. But she won't interact with any of the doors here. There's a crate I can push. I wonder if now she will open those doors. Yes, okay, so she needed... That was a weird thing. I need to hurry and save the others before she will open some doors. I like that she just didn't spawn in. She's like, nope. And this room's got some low quality backgrounds. We will eventually get to a point in the game where I can no longer actually just room transition like I was actually playing the game. Where I will have to use the dev command to just jump around to progress, because the rooms... The farther you get into the game, the rooms are less and less connected. Like, everything gets more messy. Nothing in this room. Somewhere in here, I'm assuming I would find that key card that opens the door to where the William Birkin fight's at. Yeah, I just can't go in that room because I don't... It's one of the few spots that actually says I need a key. And yeah, I don't have a key. Because I have yet to find a key item in this entire thing. Oh good, now the zombies get up. Oh well. Alright, let's go see William. Yeah, unlocked using ID card. Don't know where I got the ID card, but I just had it. Let's go fight William Birkin now. He's very similar to the first time you would normally encounter him in Resident Evil 2. Except, of course, he looks different. And he can talk. Just fall over. Yeah, he gets up and runs away when you try to leave after beating him. But you can't leave because John and Sherry kind of argue to go back in there. Even after you defeated him and you know William's still in there. Also, I appreciate that Sherry just has that idle animation in this game. In every scene she's seen on, she has like no other animation. They refuse to go back outside because of all the zombies. But they're willing to go in there with one monster with a giant pipe that could kill you in one hit. Sure. That sounds logical. Oh yeah, what's my health at? Alright, because he did hit me once, so I had to check. First time I encountered William in this game, he actually has a one-hit kill move. If he manages to knock you to the ground, he can then slam you with the pipe overhand, and it actually just kills you. Hey, eaten by a Gru. Well, welcome to what could have been RE2. Yes, this is Resident Evil 1.5, the alpha prototype of Resident Evil 2. And just like that, from the police station to the Umbrella Secret Labs. That fast. You'll recognize this room immediately from Resident Evil 2 because it looks almost the same. It looks so similar to how it does in 2. Even the side office here, like the security office, looks almost identical. And yeah, you can see the key card on the counter there. I cannot take it because of the weird vaulting thing. But remember how I was saying earlier, this is that I would need to start jumping around with the menu, the console commands? I'm going to need to start doing that soon because it gets basically unplayable. Shortly. I appreciate that he ran into the wall, and then if you look way down here at the bottom of the screen, you can see there's Kendo again. Somehow going through this wall put him down there. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. Hello, Dark Blood. Yeah, the labs are... This room here is also identical to a room in Resident Evil 2. This is just... They just had this room finished. But there's nothing I can do in here. So, yeah, this room is just here. Now we'll go this way. And this is where it just starts to get, like, buggy as hell, unplayable, basically. Oh, I'm very. Like, you can see the zombies through the walls here. But there's a reason you can see the zombies through the walls. There's no, collider on the walls at all. None of the doors here work. Yeah, this hall is essentially just the backdrop with no colliders applied. Like, nothing else is actually here. So, to progress any farther, I have to use console commands. So this is one of those side rooms is apparently a researcher's office or room. And this is the other one. Another bedroom, essentially. Let's see. Ah, the stairs, it says emergency stairs, but there's no stairs here. This would be where the giant plant monster is, or giant growing plant, not really a monster, but... And here the rooms load again properly. Because of course they do now. And then we're suddenly in the Umbrella Factory section from RE2. A little different looking, but... Oh, and there's the giant gorilla thing again. the mutant gorillas. Hey, welcome back, Numborius. What is happening? We're in the umbrella of labs, essentially. Yeah, there are mutant gorillas in this one. Witchcraft. Oh, and my favorite room. My favorite room. The unfinished. This one that has the framework, but the rest of the room is not here. Oh, we found so many sub-oceans. Like, look at this. I can go anywhere I want because there's no colliders anymore. This door doesn't work. %, sub-ocean. It is. Oh, I have not been in here before. This is a new one I just ended up in. I don't know where I am. I guess I'm somewhere in the Umbrella Labs. Okay, that door doesn't work. This door works. 80% sub-ocean is definitely correct. Oh, hey Kendo. And Sherry. Oh, okay. Okay, this is interesting. So in this version of the game, just like in the final, Sherry apparently is infected. But remember how I said Sherry has one animation? She's not laying down. She's just there. Elsa is very tall, yes. Oh look, the gorillas respawned. Let's see what's through this door. So much weird stuff going on in this build. Oh, the elevator, which none of the elevators work. So I'm curious to see where this puts me back out at. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna have to cargo lift, conference room, staircase, corridor, control room. See where this one puts me. Oh, recognize this room from Resident Evil 2? Looks a bit different. That zombie was booking it. Now you're gonna like this, because I'm at the end of the game. I'm just now on the train. For some reason Marvin is here, even though he's not in Elsa's campaign at all. Sherry is still here on the train, and so is Kendo. But they have no dialogue programmed. Can't go through that door. It's just very bizarre. And then once again, Sherry's just here with her one animation. And can't activate the train because... Yeah, the labs are definitely bigger. And you can see for the 603, which is the train section, there's only these two rooms. You can't go anywhere else. But yeah, the labs are bigger in this version, but it's very hard to navigate and see actually how big the labs are. Because I have to use console commands to jump around because most of the doors don't work. Now the doors in the police station area, they function. They all work. See where I can... Security office. See where that is. I could get transported back to the police station. Oh, here again. Okay. Archive, control, server, laboratory. Oh, I found Williams' lab. Neat. Looks very similar to Williams' lab from Resident Evil 2. And here's the vaccine machine from RE2 where you would actually make the vaccine to give to Sherry. I have no clue how you would actually get here in this version because, like I said, all the doors don't work. Let's see if this door, where this door takes us. And this would be the room where the giant moth would be normally. Oh, it just looks like a normal office now. Like a... Oh my god, look how big that chair is. Yeah, no, so clean. The moth room is one of the dankest rooms in this entire place in the normal game. Let's see where this takes us. Oh, a different control room that's not on fire. Oh, an elevator. Oh, it actually opens. Okay. Welcome, Leon Davis. Okay, so we've been here. So let's see where else we can get to before we switch over to Leon's campaign to see the differences. Because there are some differences. Because, like I mentioned earlier, Leon and Elza's campaigns do not actually intersect with each other. They're completely separate. And this leads back out here. Where did she get that? Because I didn't have that in my inventory. Experiment room. Let's see what that is. I don't recognize that. Oh, yeah, I've been here. Vaccine room. Oh, yeah, this room. This looks almost identical to how it looks in Resident Evil 2. Yeah, probably. And I can't enable the lights, so... Oh, wait, maybe this switch does it. First aid spray. Got there. Alright, let's see where else we can get. Cell cultivation. What is this room? Oh, this is the room that's normally locked by having 2 fingerprints. My cats are having fun behind me, it sounds like. Those look like giant babies in jars, and I'm not okay with it. She has nothing to say about any of this stuff, it looks like. Especially nothing to say about the broken canister here. Lab entrance. We've been there. Keeper office elevator. Main shaft. Think we've been to all these places? Let's see what happens when we try to leave this room. Ah, you can't leave it. Okay, so yeah, this room is just here. You can't actually get to it without console commands. And yeah, back to lab entrance. Okay, we can leave too. We can just choose to leave the lab. But like, no, fuck this lab. It takes us back here to the William Birkin fight. And then into the sub-ocean. Alright. Let's go check out Leon's side of this game. Which, like I said, it doesn't intersect with Elsa's, which is the weird thing. But Leon's also does contain the same one William Birkin boss fight. So
Resident Evil 2.
But yep, that was Elsa's. That's playable because it is missing some of it, but Leon's. And for those joining a little later, this is the I want to say this is the 40% build with the Magic Zombie Door mod patch thing that puts it together better. Should have the same weapons, yep. Put the Magnum on so I can just one-shot everything. But yeah, Leon starts in the heliport. Apparently witnessing the escape helicopter crashing is the beginning of his scenario. And the first room or person I know he can encounter is Police Chief Irons, which in Elsa's scenario would not interact with her at all, but will interact with Leon. And that's all he says. He's just like, yep, I'm fine. In this scenario, I mean, in this version of the game, I'm not sure Irons was a bad guy. I think he might have just been, you know, normal police chief. No, I'm sure there is still the connection between Umbrella and the police department, but I don't know how much of the story changed. In the conference room where in Elsa's game she fights the mutated gorillas, Leon finds nothing here. It's just a big room with giant coffee cups. Just nothing there. That's going to be the theme for a lot of this, is a lot of rooms just have nothing going on. Same zombie. Got me both times. I should probably check my health because I've been bit twice. Yeah, zombies pack more of a punch in this one. I'm not sure. Like, I've seen some pretty good builds, but this is the most current build I was able to find for download. Yeah, zombies walking in air. Well, to be fair, so is Leon at some points. Like, I did see a more completed version online somewhere, but the guy was not... The modder himself was not actually sharing the link yet to a file, like a downloadable version. So, like, I think he was still working on it, maybe. Yep, the same zombie that gets up in Elza's that triggers a cutscene for some reason. This should be towards the evidence room, I believe, where I have to do the voice scanner again. Those zombies, all these zombies were not here in Elza's game. And just like Elza's, it's gonna fail at first, and then, yeah, then will be correct the second time, even though I don't do anything differently. And yeah, it's the evidence room where there is nothing here other than some really ugly background textures. So, not gonna really go around looking at that again. Because Leon and Elza have access to the same areas, but there are small changes, like in this one, there's just a pile of zombie corpses for some reason. Where in Elza's, there was nothing here on the floor. There are also encounters with NPCs in different rooms for the two of them. In Leon's campaign, I'm still not sure exactly how to get him to the lab, because I was not able to trigger that when I tested his. Like, I could probably, like, skip around in the console commands to get him to the lab. But I wasn't able to actually, like, get him there normally. Whereas Elza's, I was. Also, I get the feeling just from playing through Elza's that the overall game length was much shorter in would have been much shorter in 1.5. Just because, you know, we know the train is at the end of the game, and was able to get there so quickly. Like, it really feels like a lot of middle ground was not there. Also, probably helps that the factory area was pretty much just like 3 rooms. There's not much to the factories. The lab did feel bigger, but the thing is, the lab is actually bigger than you normally see in Resident Evil 2, because the most of it you don't see unless you're in B scenario. A little bit of Parasite Eve, yeah. I don't know if in this game this was Leon's first day on the job or not. Not sure. Oh yeah, let me get that door open. I definitely prefer the police station from Resident Evil 2, for sure. It's just, this one is just a little too modern for my liking. Also, in Elsa's campaign, this room was pretty much empty. In Leon's campaign, it is full of zombies. That seems to be a trend, actually, in Leon's campaign. Just, like, rooms that didn't have much going on in Elsa's, like, monster-wise, have, like, lots of zombies in Leon's. We couldn't explore this room before, because this was where the cutscene with Roy happened, but now we can explore the room. Yeah, maybe. What if Leon actually got to work on time? Once again, nothing in this room. This room is exactly the same as in Elsa's. Like, I'm just kind of going room to room, be like, this is the difference between the two campaigns. In this office, just like in Elsa's, there's nothing here except for a couple of zombies. And that box of ammo that if I pick up, I will vault across the room. There. It's an easy way to get into the sub-ocean, at least. But unlike Elsa's, though, where the shutter held in Leon's, it doesn't hold. Also, if you'll notice, in Elsa's that shutter is intact, like I said, because she had just put it down. So it makes me think that there is a time difference between when the two campaigns happen, because Elsa's bike is here. It makes me think that Elsa's campaign technically happens first, and then Leon comes behind afterwards. But I'm not 100% positive on that. That's just... because like I said, they don't interact. Elsa never sees Leon. I do believe I'm coming up on a spot where Leon hears, like, dialogue from Elsa, but I don't think anything ever happened from it. Oh, he gets a shotgun there. She got a handgun. Neat. Same Pepsi machine, though. Because I remember somewhere running down a hallway and Leon hearing someone in the someone screaming in the background, and it was Elsa. Oh yeah, the fire here that I can't do anything about. I think I need a fire extinguisher, but I don't know where to get one. But yeah, there's a woman trapped in there, and I can't get her out. Damn auto aim. Aiming on zombies I can't see. Leon's campaign, though, makes it a lot easier to, like, comb through the police station floors. I don't think it will, Darkblood. From what I've been hearing, it looks like the remake is just going to be doing like a Leon A, Claire B thing and no reverse. Like, there will be no Claire A, Leon B scenario. It's just what I've been hearing. It doesn't sound like there's going to be the double scenarios. Because that added so much replayability to the original RE2. And was definitely one of my favorite things about it. But I will definitely plan on getting the deluxe edition just so that I can get the extra costumes, like the Elsa Walker costume for Claire and the original soundtrack as an option instead of the new soundtrack. I'm still going to play the game with the new soundtrack first, but I definitely want to also play it with the original at some point. Oh, well, Leon definitely encountered Sherry in the right spot, but the door was already open. And Sherry went into the sewers. As far as I know, you never encounter Sherry again, but like I said, I haven't made it to the lab with Leon, so I don't know. And this is where we meet Ada. Well, at least where I met Ada, but Leon already seems to know her by this point. Ada looks a lot different, because she looks like she's wearing Annette's clothing. What gun do I have equipped? No, I still have the Magnum. Yeah, Leon B is the canon scenario, but it just sounds like they're doing it Leon A, Claire B. Which, I don't know. It's one of those we gotta wait for more information. It's just what I've heard, it sounds like that's what they're doing, but I don't know. And then suddenly Marvin. And Leon's like, nope, Chief's dead. Chief's not dead. Chief's just laying on his couch. Yeah, I'm hoping that I'm wrong on that. And that they are doing both scenarios. Get aspirin for Chief. He did look like he had a headache. I really like this part because it's just like Ada and Marvin just leave Leon standing there like an idiot. And Leon's like, "Durr." Such an awkward scene. Let's see if this hallway that had the spiders and Elsa's, but I couldn't go anywhere else. Let's see if it's there's more going on here. You. No, that door still doesn't go anywhere. Well, actually, let's see. Tunnel flood. What? Alligator room. That's sub-ocean. So they had, even this early on, had planned for you to fight an alligator. I don't know, I'm kind of stuck in it. So I'm going to reload it and see what happens. Well, I can't really go anywhere else from there. Let's see where this ladder takes me. The hell is this? Oh, okay, that would have lowered the water level so that I could go down there, and that's where the alligator would have been. But for some reason I had spiders. Wow, that water's taking forever to drain. I have no idea where this even is. I feel in the final version they would have cut away already. But they're just making me wait it out. There we go. Well, we know what's down there already, so let's see. See where this goes. And non-active door, okay. Alligator, enter. Site D. What is Site D, Precious? Oh, here. Okay, I know where that is. Warehouse, warehouse lift, corridor, office. Beta ventilation. It's just a tunnel. Site C Marvin. Okay. Why is this called Site C Marvin? Gotta get that playtime, yeah. What's this room called? Office B? A lot of just nondescript rooms, but... Oh yeah, I wonder if the room here at the end, if I can access it now. Oh, I can! Because in Elsa's it said I needed a key. This game is weird, yeah. Well, I couldn't go through the one door, it had no interactions. Okay. Site B, alligator. Medical corridor, Site D, warehouse. Forklift. What is forklift, Precious? Did I crash game? I think I crashed game. Yeah, I think we crashed the game there. Okay. Forklift equals black screen. Sure does.
Resident Evil 2.
Forklift breaks everything. Alright, so I know where to go to get back. Maybe I can just skip using commands. Yeah, that got me pretty close to where I was at. I have to stop abusing the console commands. I don't know why Ada's just standing there. I hate those things. They're really ugly looking. It's such a weird scene. And hello, Marvin. Can't skip. I like that no one tries to pick up the vial on the floor there. They all know it's a trap to get you to vault into the sub-ocean. Yeah, I'm glad the Lickers replaced the Gorillas too. The Lickers are much more memorable of an enemy. The Gorillas are kind of boring, to be honest. They're kind of just like giant meat bag looking things. They don't really look like anything. They really don't even look that much like gorillas. Now for this awkward Leon stares off into space while these two leave him. Alright, this time I'll follow them instead of going down the spider hallway leading to the alligator room. That door still doesn't work. And Ada's gone. And the same as in Elza's scenario, a lot of this factory district just has no purpose right now. There's just nothing there. And since I've already been through it with Elza, and a little bit recently because of my jumping all over the place, I'm just going to straight to William. Once again, unlocked it using the ID card that I just have that I don't have. This fight for Leon's a little different. You still start at the same, but William doesn't come out of the elevator. He's just there all of a sudden behind you. He also goes down a lot easier, which is another one of those reasons why I think that Leon's scenario takes place after Elza's, because William's injured. Yeah, this William seems creepier. I think part of it's because he can speak, and he just says Sherry. Because it's a little creepier because of that. It means he still has some sentience left. I don't know what happens if I go back in here with Leon, because this is as far as I've made it in Leon's campaign. Okay, yeah, she's not with me. I don't know how to trigger going to the lab. The William Birkenboss music plays every time, no matter what, so. But yeah, I don't know how to trigger, like, getting to the lab. Okay, and now, all of a sudden, Marvin's here, too. That's very weird. Had to leave and come back twice. And let me guess, now do I go back in here again, and this time they're both with me? Yep. Alright, so that means it's similar to Elza's campaign in that sense. I was half expecting William to be standing there again. Okay, so this is how we get to the lab as Leon. I don't know why I had to go back and forth so many times, but... That's not good. Oh, it's William. That definitely didn't happen in Elza's. Oh, and Marvin has animation for being in... Yeah, bladed arm and different music. I've never seen that. Marvin is infected. Okay. So I have to. Yeah, it's similar to what I would have had to do with Sherry in Elza's campaign if that scene had loaded, because Sherry was definitely infected because of the dialogue. Alright, through the facility we go. Yep, through the facility we go. Okay, I just had an ID card apparently. Where did I get this ID card? The repair plug that I just have all of a sudden. Let's see what we come across with Leon here. Alright, yeah, this room still has no colliders. Let's go to the emergency stairs and see what we happen. I doubt much is going to be different here from Claire's because this area is so messed up. I mean Elza's. I said Claire. You feel like it's more in line to Resident Evil 1 than anything? Yeah. I think that's part of the reason why this project got scrapped and they went with the RE2 that we finally ended up with. Our favorite room. The room that just has no pre-rendered background on it. It's just the mesh. Okay, back in the police station all of a sudden. Okay, the burning control room. See what happens when Leon boards the train. Oh, hey Marvin. And Kendo for some reason. And Sherry. I have no idea why Kendo's here. Kendo's not even in Leon's campaign. Wait, that's not Ada. That's Annette. You can tell by the hair. Yeah, that's Annette Birkin. Why is she here? Where's Ada? I would love to know what the dialogue is here, but it's not in the game. Because Ada had on khaki shorts and black hair. They're having a very long conversation, and we're not part of it. Either that or the game froze here. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe. I mean, Annette had not been anywhere in the game until right there that I'd seen, so. Okay, sure. Let's see if we can get anywhere else interesting. Alright, William's lab, but with Leon this time. Still can't interact with the vaccine machine. Well, I think that's about all I'm going to be able to see. Because I'm not seeing anything else, really. Like, I can't seem to find anywhere else that I could jump to. But that's definitely interesting. To see that there's like so many different variations on that. Really makes me want to play this game, you know, if they ever had finished it. Because I'm curious, like, all the differences in there. Like, what direction did the story actually go? Like, was Ada actually a researcher for Umbrella, or was she a spy? Because in the final game, she's a spy. In this one, she just seems like she's an Umbrella researcher. Is Annette good or evil? She's on the train with you at the end, as if she's going to be one of the survivors, but... What kind of bosses were they, and what would they have fought like? We found an alligator room in the files. So, and clearly that means the alligator was there, but it was definitely a different encounter. Lots of questions. But I think for now I'm going to call the stream. Because I've got some work I need to do here. But yeah, this was fun. Exploring what could have been. So yeah. Hey, thanks for the follow, Darkblood. But yeah, trying to think of what I was going to say. I lost track of thought. Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Yeah, give me a follow on the stream. Follow the channel if you're not already following. Follow me on Twitter for updates on when I'm streaming, because that's like the best way to actually get notified when I'm going to go live. Because it's a little inconsistent, I know. Check out my Patreon, because that support there helps me out a lot. As the link in the chat As you can see, I'm fundraising for car repairs. So anything helps if you can. If you can't, just hanging out in chat always means a lot. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, there's Amazon and Steam wish list down below. That's other ways to support the stream. I'm trying to think. My next stream will probably be on Tuesday because that's the next scheduled stream, and it's probably going to be Destiny 2 reset stuff because it's Faction Rally, and I will be grinding the hell out of Faction Rally so I can get another ornament and another set of faction armor. And then next Sunday, because that's what I have 2 streams a week I'm trying to schedule. That's Tuesday and Sunday. I know it's not a lot. But next Sunday should be Resident Evil 2 Claire B to finish that off. Because I did Leon A week ago. And I did 1.5 today. And next Sunday will be Claire B to finish that off. Then I think I gotta try and track down a copy of Resident Evil 3 that I can play through. But I also need to get back to God of War at some point. I'm just all over the place with my games right now. The Resident Evil 2 announcement threw me off and really made me want to go play a bunch of Resident Evil games. But, alright. Have a good day, everybody. I will talk to you guys later. See ya.